Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Before we begin, I'm going to call on Mr. Gene Vanderford.
I've been asked to lead us in prayer. If you'd like to join us, if you'd bow your head at this time. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the many blessings. And Lord, we thank you for the planning meeting that we had earlier with our budget and with Ms. Lacey. Thank you, Lord, for her and her service. And thank you, Lord, for looking out after us and guiding us, keeping us safe and keeping our focus on children and safety and the wellness of our entire district. We ask you, Lord, now to walk with us through this meeting and lead us and guide us and direct us. And we'll give you all the praise for it as we work together and bringing up children and training them in the way that they should go. Ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
I'd like to call this meeting of the Spartanburg 1 Board of Trustees to order. At this time, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. So the first agenda item is the chairman's report, which is the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the approval of the agenda, the approval of board meeting minutes from May the 11th, 2026, approval of the board work session minutes, January 16th, 2025, June 22nd, 2025, and October 13th, 2025. We'll have approval of the overnight field trips and approval of the check registry. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion that we approve tonight's consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Cothran. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Hopper. We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? Being no discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those approve, all those opposed? Being none, it's unanimously approved. Thank you. Next on our agenda is the superintendent's report. Dr. Mark Smith.
Thank you, Ms. McDowell, and welcome to everyone here at our district office and watching also the live stream. So here we are in June. I know all the students are happy and glad, and the staff as well, celebrating some summer. But we're going to start tonight by celebrating one of our outstanding staff members and one of our outstanding student athletes. And I'm going to turn the program over now to Ms. Erica Center.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Dr. Smith, board members. At this time, I'd like to call Amy Driggers to the mic for a special recognition this evening.
Thank you so much. Please join me in congratulating Catherine Gramling, recipient of the South Carolina Department of Education Regional Career Specialist of the Year Award for the Upstate. This prestigious honor recognizes her outstanding leadership, dedication to students, and commitment to creating meaningful career opportunities that prepare our young people for future success. We're proud to celebrate this well-deserved recognition and grateful for the positive impact she continues to make across our district.
I've got our next presentation, and I do want to thank Ms. Gramling before I keep going. That award was for multiple counties in the upstate. That was not just Spartanburg County, so that was a big deal. I believe Catherine is Cherokee, Spartanburg, and Union, if I'm not mistaken. So for one of our staff members to be recognized across the upstate, and it's for our work-based learning work that Ms. Driggers brought to the board, and thank you, board, for supporting that with our local board approved class, because we're just getting started, right, Ms. Gramling? So proud of her and all of her work, so thanks to Ms. Gramling. Now I have a very special recognition for an outstanding student athlete. Mr. Keelan Tucker. Keelan, come on down here, please. I want to talk about you in front of you and make you uncomfortable. So come down here. Please stand and face everybody. Yep. Stand, Miss McDowell, come right here. I just want everybody to see that there's a champion in our midst. A state champion. A two-time state champion. Keelan this year in state track meet in the 110 hurdles and the 400 hurdles won the state championship. This young man is the epitome of what a student athlete should be. Keelan's grades are exemplary, and he is an outstanding athlete. In anything he touches, it turns to gold. He may be the fastest man I've seen. He is electric, and I can't wait to see him tote the ball again and catch the ball again next year. He plays football, basketball, and track. And I'm not going to put him on the spot, but that grade point average is higher than anyone I've ever had in my life. It is an exemplary GPA, and he's done an outstanding job. And I also would like to recognize his coach, Robert Gray. Robert, Coach, will you come down, please? Stand with Keelan. And also would like to recognize Michael Pettit, our athletic director. He is here as well. So thank you, Coach, for being here. But Keelan, School District 1 is very, very proud of you. To be a state champion in anything is something that we just stand in awe of. And how you do it with all your hard work, effort, and humility, a lost art in our culture is the characteristic of humility. And this young man epitomizes it. He's just so humble, but he's also so awesome. So, Keelan, we have two things from the school board for you. Ms. Brooks has that for me. First, your certificate. I'm going to congratulate you there. 2 state championships, so it's 2 certificates and 2 items of apparel. In our district, our custom is you get to pick. So, Keelan, I believe it was a sweatshirt, a hoodie, and a T-shirt. Let me show those now. So, here's Keelan's T-shirt or long sleeve shirt. State champion, and then all teenagers want hoodies. I can tell you that's the big prize. But big round of applause for our state champions. Let's get a picture. Keelan, I do owe you an apology. You don't get many apologies from the superintendent, but I do owe you an apology. I was not there. But I've got a great excuse. I blame my son that got married, okay? So I hate missing our kids' activities because it's so important, but Coach Gray told me every bit of your greatness, and we're just so proud of you. So good job. All right, now, board, for my report, I have given, and Ms. Brooks is going to pass out my executive summary. It's in your board packet as well, but we're going hard copies. And also a highlight of 25-26. And I'm going to just let the board read the executive summary at their leisure. But I am going to share the highlights together because this is a team win. Talking about state championships with Keelan winning them, it has motivated me to say we are a team in District 1. So I want to celebrate as a team, and that's school board, that is our district office staff, that is our school administration with our principals and assistant principals, that is our teachers, and that is all of our support staff, custodians, bus drivers, cafeteria employees, you name it. It's all of us together are doing these great things. And I'm not great at this, and I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better at celebrating our wins. Because, folks, we had a great school year, an outstanding school year, and it's because of all the hard work of people sitting around this table and in this school district. So I want to highlight some achievements real quickly. We had several schools recognized by the state of South Carolina as either being Palmetto Gold or Palmetto Silver. What does that mean? That means the state of South Carolina recognized their academic achievement and their student progress on our school report cards. So this is a state recognition. Holly Springs Motlow was recognized as Palmetto Gold. That is the highest recognition. We had multiple schools recognized as Palmetto Silver: Campobello Grambling, Chapman High School, Landrum High School, Landrum Middle School, New Prospect Elementary School, all for student achievement. The next thing I'd like to point out, we had 90% of our schools in Spartanburg 1 rated good or excellent. 90%. So I had Mr. Loso do some research. In the state of South Carolina, that is the 5th highest total in the entire state of schools ranked good or excellent. That is something to be proud of. And we took it a step further. If you do an average of our report card scores and compare them to the entire state, we rank 11th out of 72 districts for the highest report card score in the state of South Carolina. Now, all this is compared to traditional public schools. So very, very strong school report cards, and we're just getting started on that. So 90% was 5th best, and our median score was 11th best. And again, there's 72 school districts. So 5 out of 72. Hey, we're not number 1 yet, but give us time. Okay, and that's just from our teachers and our staff and our schools working so hard with our kids. We also earned Purple Heart designated school recognition from the state of South Carolina School Education Department, and that just means we're a military-friendly district. We're very proud of that. Our finance department this year, we improved, and this seems like forever ago, but this was back this September. Our S&P credit rating went from A- to A. That was a big recognition. And this also doesn't seem like this year. Y'all remember a little thing back in November? What did we pass as a team in November? $140 million bond referendum. So a big shout out to our team for that. Holly Springs Motlow and New Prospect were awarded the prestigious Excel grant, securing additional funding, becoming only 2 schools in South Carolina selected for this competitive grant from Arts Now. Both of these schools are going to receive over $130,000 each for the next 5 years. You heard that right. Holly Springs and New Prospect are going to receive over $130,000 a year for the next 5 years. And you also heard correctly, there's only 2 schools in South Carolina, right, Ms. Center? We have the 2 schools. Massive celebration in District 1 for that. Going on to support our outstanding art students, our Mabry Middle School students earned superior with distinction ratings in band, orchestra, and choir at the South Carolina Music Educators Association Concert Performance Assessment. Their band, Mabry Band, received Junior Outstanding Performance Award with distinction. Campobello Grambling, their concert superior rating at the SMEA Concert Performance for their chorus. Chapman High School earned the Senior Outstanding Performance Award with distinction. Also, Chapman High School Marching Band placed 6th in the state band competition. They were presented the Superior Trophy at the Palmetto State Choral Festival with our chorus students. Our theater earned superior ratings at the South Carolina Thespians at Palmetto Dramatic Association High School Festival. Also, the theater, they earned the Best Performer Award, on top of having an outstanding district musical, Frozen, with nearly 100 students participating from all across the district. Landrum High School placed 11th in the state band competition. Students' artwork was selected for the Emmons Mills Art Gallery from O.P. Earl, Holly Springs, Campobello, and Chapman High School. District-wide, we had 22 art students selected for their work to be displayed at Chapman Cultural Center during the Youth Art Month. And athletics, Chapman High School, we had an individual state champion. I hear his name is Keelan Tucker, who is in attendance for tonight. 4 region championships and 1 district championship. At Landrum, we had a state championship team. We're never going to forget about that. Our girls brought home a state championship this year. There was also an individual state champion, 5 region state championships, and then also, I guess I've lost count, but we had 5 upper state championships at Landrum this year. 5 upper state championships and 1 district championship. And last but not least, I want to celebrate our personnel. And I know it's really small font, so let me just tell you what we got down there. It's retirements on the left and resignations on the right. And we've been tracking that data for about the last 8 or 9 years. And on the far left bar, that's the year 1920, okay? On the far right bar is this year, 25-26. So in the retirements the last 3 years, they fluctuated, okay? I really can't do much with retirements because, you know, if somebody retires, you shake their hand and say you deserved it. That's up to them. But what I really want to really
give all of our people credit for. Look at resignations the last 3 years. In 22-23, there was over 50 resignations. And in the last 3 years, look at that number. I can't read it right now, but I believe it was 35, and then 16, and then this year 7. We only had 7 resignations, and this is certified staff, okay? So all this information is certified staff. But this last school year, I thought last year couldn't get any better with 16. Well, that number was reduced to 7. And that's something to celebrate, team. That is something to celebrate, because that means our people are liking where they work, which it is Disney World for public school, because we have such great community. And I want to give our staff credit, I want to give our parents credit, I want to give our community credit, and I want to give this school board credit. That is a team effort to provide the culture and climate to where our people want to be here. So 25-26 was an outstanding year, and I just want to take a minute for all of us to celebrate. That is not my accomplishment. That is not my staff's accomplishment. That is not anybody's accomplishment. It's ours as a team. It is our accomplishment because we put kids first here. So I thought somebody'd give me an amen somewhere out of that. I mean, that is pretty impressive. And Ms. McDowell, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Smith, and thank you to our guests for attending. You're welcome to stay, but if you need to excuse yourself at this time, we definitely understand. But we thank all of our guests for coming. But we will move on to number 3 on the agenda, which is public participation. Thank you all for coming so much. Congratulations. All right, so number 3 on the agenda is public participation. So being that there is no public participation, we'll move on to item number 4, which is Dr. DJ Brown with our policy. Policies.
Policies was definitely plural is the correct.
Lots of policies.
Lots of policies. Thank you, Madam Chair, Dr. Smith, members of the board. Pleased to present tonight a few different policies, a few that are on your agenda for first reading, and of course we have those ones that are up for second reading. I'm just going to go ahead, and again, we can do this in just 2 parts and kind of chunk it. We'll just go ahead and address the ones specifically that are up for first reading. Did give you a paper copy of those tonight. So you have those in front of you that are specific to the first readings. Those are specifically Gavin's Law, and then the other one is the admission of non-resident students. So again, we can kind of just chunk it tonight first. We'll talk about those first readings, and then we'll transition into those ones that are for second reading tonight. So I'll take any questions.
So just as a reminder, these items are being brought forward for just the first reading, as Dr. Brown stated. So is there any discussion from the board at this time for our first reading of the policies?
Dr. Brown, with
Yes, sir.
Gavin's Law, how is that presented? I guess 2 parts here. How is it presented to the students, and who presents it? And another question along with that, when is it presented? Like
So
what
I know
age?
specifically too, at least I'll speak my experience of what we used to do this with our comprehensive health education is the most opportune time that we have the opportunity to present that. And then specifically with our younger students would be more for the small group environment through our guidance counselors that present that to our elementary age students. So they would kind of be in, again, a small group setting within the classroom to present that information. Yes, sir.
So is that, I guess with elementary, is that more around 4th, 5th grade? First?
All grades.
All grades.
Will too.
And then in middle school, when it's comprehensive health, who teaches comprehensive health?
Yeah, it starts in 6th grade with that, and then we have specific comprehensive health instructors that are certified
Okay.
to be able to teach that. Might be a PE teacher, but it could be a science teacher.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Great question.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, any other questions or any other comments for Dr. Brown at this time for our first readings? Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we can go ahead and transition to the next portion of those second readings of those
Yes.
policies. If you just be reminded, these are ones that are coming to us from our April board meeting and then to us now for this particular second reading. So again, these are ones that we've had up for discussion during April and then being presented to you now for second reading.
All right, thank you, Dr. Brown. Is there a motion to approve the policies presented, for a second reading?
Madam Chair, I'd make a motion that we present we approve for second reading the group scheduled in our packet.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rollins. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Is there any discussion at this time on the policies that we have presented for a second reading? I do have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I am looking at policy GBACR, the rule.
Yes, ma'am.
So I noticed that in the other policies, we did, and it's on line 31, 32, where it is pertaining to the Office of Superintendent and the designee. We told who that designee is, like for when we did the Title IX and the others, but this one just says superintendent's designee. So should we indicate who that is in the policy at this time?
Yes, ma'am. That's absolutely we can.
And that's GBACR, so that's the rule part of that.
So we'll transition to, I believe in those it was the Office of the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, if I'm not mistaken. Looking at that, is that what we're thinking with that, Ms. McDowell, with this one?
I'm thinking that we say who the person is, like we
Okay.
have with the other policies,
Okay.
like with our Title IX.
Okay.
Yes.
So that-
Yes, I'm
yeah.
saying that we call that name out.
Okay.
With the title.
With the
not
actual
necessarily
title of it.
name. It's
Yeah.
the title.
It's a
of the-
title?
The title.
Okay.
Would be the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources.
Okay, so we get
Okay.
title and the name
Okay.
in the others, so.
So
if
just- Okay. So just mirror whatever those other ones were, the point of contact, the designee.
That's
yes.
that's my suggestion.
Absolutely.
For
Okay.
that. Okay.
I can definitely note that. Make that change. Yes, ma'am.
Are there any other questions for the second and final reading? If not, I have another.
Okay.
So for policy GBC, I just want to make sure that this, and that's on line 7 and 8, the compensation of certified staff is based on the state salary schedule of local supplements as approved by the board. I just want to make sure that this is the first time that that will happen, and that will be for the upcoming year. Is that correct?
That would be my knowledge of this. That would be correct.
Okay.
Just with this being adopted, that is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So that will take care, that won't take place in this budget, and everything that we're doing here, it'll be for 27.
27, 28 fiscal
Yes.
year. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Any other questions before we take a vote on our second reading for the policies that were presented tonight for our second reading? All right, so, all those in favor of approving the policies recommended from the administration for a second and final reading, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Dr. Brown.
Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
y'all's help with
Thank
that.
you so much. Yes. That was a lot, and thank you to the board. That took a lot, and we came up with a process to really press in on those policies, and so we thank everybody for really getting with Dr. Brown and sharing your comments with Dr. Brown, and we appreciate that. And so I don't foresee we'll have that many policies again for a little bit, but I'm just saying. But I'm just throwing it out there for you.
Dr. Brown didn't look committal.
But
He didn't commit on that, Ms.
I know,
McDowell.
but that took a lot of commitment on this board's part, and we should all be commended for that. Thank you so much for really putting a lot into the policies. Thank you. All right, so next is our personnel report with Dr. Trish Beeson.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I am recusing myself during this part of the meeting and going to step out the room due to a conflict of interest, as the candidate being considered for a position is an immediate family member, and I will not participate in the discussion or the vote.
Received. Thank you so much, Mr. Vander. Dr. Beeson, thank you. You have the mic.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson and the board. First off, I would like to thank Mr. Craig Allison, who is retiring after over 40 years of service to Spartanburg School District 1. He's not a person for fanfare, so he's not here, but I did want to publicly thank him for his service to the district. At this time, I would like to recommend Jonathan Vanderford as the Director of Maintenance for Spartanburg School District 1, effective July 1, 2026. Mr. Vanderford is a lifelong resident of Spartanburg School District 1, having graduated from Landrum High School and Spartanburg Community College. With over 15 years of experience in facilities maintenance, covering everything from plumbing and electrical systems to grounds and landscape maintenance, Mr. Vanderford has established himself as a leader who ensures safe and efficient facility management. Mr. Vanderford's ties to the community are deep, as he is involved in not just as an employee of District 1 schools, but as a volunteer within the community at large. Again, I would like to present Jonathan Vanderford for your approval as the Director of Maintenance, effective July 1, 2026.
All right, board, you've heard the recommendation on behalf of the administration for the recommendation for the Director of Maintenance, Mr. Jonathan Vanderford. Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion that we approve Jonathan Vanderford for our Director of Maintenance.
Thank you, Ms. Harper. Is there a second?
A second.
Oh, okay.
Had two. Thank you, Mr. Rollins. All right, is there any discussion at this point?
Good luck, Jonathan.
Thank you, Ms. Hopper. Okay, being no discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Unanimously approved. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you,
Mr. Vanderford.
Chair McDowell. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Vanderford family. They're here.
Yes,
Jonathan, if you
yes.
will come up with your family, please.
Yes.
Bring everybody with you. Everybody. All those Vanderfords back there, come on. Okay.
I couldn't beat Trish to the mic. I was about to fail. I didn't want there to be any footage of that. I do, Mr. Vanderford's doing an outstanding job. He is an old school throwback with work ethic. He has spent the last 13 years in this district learning the tool of the trade and taught by one of the best with Craig Allison. When we introduced him to the staff, I mean, the team was just elated, and that speaks to his relationships. He asked me, he said, now, I had a vacation planned for such and such date, and I said, you take that family on vacation. You do that. And that's what I told the man. I no sooner turn around the next day, I get an email, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've talked to my family, and we're going to have to postpone that, go a different time, because that's too close to when our staff gets back. That's just what I want the board to know, the kind of commitment that we just hired to District 1. And we're extremely proud. And, you know, we try to grow our own here. That's a District 1 way. Not saying we would never go out, because we're going to get the best candidate. But we also believe in investing in our own people. And it is special when one of our own, who's been with us for a long time, wins the spot. And just real proud of him, and he's going to do a great job. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Madam Chair and Board, I ask that you approve the retirement effective at the end of this school year that was in your board packet.
Okay. You've heard the recommendations on behalf of the administration for the retirements listed in your board packet. I will entertain a motion to approve the retirements at this time.
Madam Chair, I'll make the motion that we approve the retirements as listed and presented by Dr. Beeson.
Thank you, Mr. Vanderford. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Gramlin. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving the retirements, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Unanimously approved. Thank you, Dr. Beeson.
Thank you. Madam Chair and Board, I ask that you approve the resignations that were effective at the end of this school year as they appeared in your board packet.
Okay. You've heard the recommendations on behalf of the administration for the resignations listed in your board packet. Is there a motion to approve the resignations?
I make a motion that we approve the resignations.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Harper. Is there any discussion? Being none, all those in favor of approving the resignations, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Unanimously approved. Thank you, Dr. Beeson.
And finally, Madam Chair and Board, I ask that you approve the employments for the 2026-2027 school year that also were included in your board packet.
We have an administrative recommendation to approve new employments for 26-27 school year. Do I have a motion to approve the new employments?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the new employment listed in our packet.
Thank you, Mr. Rollins. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Cothran. Is there any discussion? Being no discussion, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the new hires, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed? Unanimously approved. Thank you, Dr. Beeson.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Board.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so our next item of business is the finance report with Ms. Lacey Brady.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Dr. Smith, fellow board members. Okay, it's time. So included in your board packet is the third reading of the FY 26-27 operational budget. Please note that since the second reading, state revenue projections did decrease following the 135-day reporting. However, we have offset this reduction by increasing our local revenue projections based on current collection trends. The FY 26-27 operational budget proposes total revenues and expenditures of $68,567,589. This represents a 3.6% increase over the prior year and accounts for a 4% salary increase for all staff. At this time, administration recommends approval of the third reading of the FY 26-27 budget with estimated general fund revenues of $68,567,589 and expenditures not to exceed $68,567,589.
Okay, board members, are there any questions or discussion for Ms. Brady before we go into the approval? All right, being no discussion, so I will entertain a motion to approve the third and final reading for the fiscal year 26-27 general fund budget as presented. Is there a motion to approve?
Madam Chairman, I make a motion that we approve our 26-27 operation budget at the amount of $68,567,589, which includes a 3.6% increase, and our millage will remain at 175.8 with no increase.
Okay, is there a second?
Madam Chairman, I second.
Thank you, Ms. Hopper. Thank you, Ms. Hopper. Thank you, Mr. Vanderford. So Ms. Hopper has made the motion to approve the budget, and Mr. Vanderford has given us the second. Is there any other discussion? All right, so we're ready to take a vote. So all those in favor of, yes, yes, that's okay. Yes. No increasing. The-
Okay.
Barbara.
Correct.
Mike,
Turn, yes,
I'm
turn,
sorry.
turn your mic on.
I'm
You
sorry,
want, may
thank you.
want to restate
Okay.
what.
Yeah, it's the teacher equalization, which is another taxing entity that's treated separately because it was an agreement with the 6 school districts 5 years ago that we would increase. Each year we would put on 1 meal. And we're agreeing to do that again this year.
With an increase,
Well, we add a meal each year.
yes,
That was the agreement, that we would put on a meal each year
correct,
with the other districts, the initiative.
right.
Ms. Brady, would you
So
like
that-
to, I'm sorry, Mr. Rollins, you go ahead. I was just gonna ask Ms. Brady to clarify, so that we're all on the same page as to what we're voting.
so I think the recommendation would be that we would approve the third reading of the budget as presented with no operating millage increase. However, there will be a 1 meal teacher equalization increase, but it's not part of the operational millage itself.
Correct.
But to clarify, there will be an additional meal added.
To the
To
teacher
the
equalization,
collection.
yes. Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Everybody, any other discussion? All right, so there is a motion to approve. There's a second. If there is no other discussion, all those in favor of approving the budget, please state by saying aye. Any opposed? Unanimously approved. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Lacy. Thank you so much.
Real fast, if I have 2 points of, two little quick notes that I wanna, tell the board really fast. Since there's no board meeting in July, I wanted the board to know, that we will bring before you a resolution in the fall at the August meeting, and we do this every year. It's the Fall 2026 SCAGO Bond Program. And this program utilizes our 8% debt capacity to issue our short-term bonds, and this funds our capital program. I just wanted you to be aware, since there's no meeting in July, that we will bring, the resolution for your approval in August. And
I
then
just told Lacey, y'all don't like surprises, so we always like to give you a heads up if there's gonna be a vote, And that's all that is. It's something we do every year. It's just,
Right.
we don't want you to be surprised.
And then finally, following the closing of our $75 million ban, or a bond anticipation note, it has been recommended that the district invest these funds in a local government investment pool account. This will allow us to accrue interest earnings to support the referendum projects if needed. So I just wanted the board to be aware that we will coordinate with the board chair and the secretary on the necessary approvals for this local government investment pool account.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Ms. Brady. All right, next, Mr. Jason McCraw with a recommendation regarding the fiscal year 2026-27 capital budget plan.
And I'm the last thing between y'all and less than an hour meeting.
And a basketball game.
So, Madam Chair, Dr. Smith, members of the school board, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Ms. Brady, for reminding them of that resolution we're going to need in the fall so we can do all this that you see in front of you. So this is the third reading. We started doing this 3 years ago along with the budget for the capital improvement plan. One of the things, these are the same things that you've seen over the last several months. I appreciate Dr. Brown handling the May meeting for me while I was away watching my son and Chapman High School compete at the state championship. So thank you, Dr. Brown, in that regard. I do know that there were a couple of questions in regards to some cafeteria furniture at the high schools, as well as the office furniture at both high schools, the guidance and the front office furniture. Those are original to the schools. That's the age of those, original to the school. When the school was built, that office furniture and those cafeteria tables are original to the school. So that kind of give you an idea of how long it's been there. It's time to make upgrades. So I wanted you to be aware of that. And then we also added the Landrum Middle School gym sound system. It needs some upgrades as well. And then there's one additional thing. If you look on page 5 of the first packet, which is your yearly capital improvement plan, we were able to add a early childhood self-contained class at Holly Springs Motlow this school year, and that classroom needs appropriate furniture. Luckily, we just purchased about a year and a half ago some furniture for an identical classroom at O.P. Earl, so we have the exact furniture that they need. We have an idea of exactly what that is. So you do see that. That has been added since you guys met in May. So that is why that is highlighted. That is the only addition to the yearly capital plan, and there have been no adjustments to the extended capital improvement plan, which is the last sheet, the 3 and 5 year targeted items that we have here. So I just wanted you all to see that. They are still labeled draft, but after you guys hopefully approve my recommendation here momentarily, they will no longer be in draft form. That yellow highlighted section will be removed, and draft will be taken away. One thing, and I like to give this disclaimer, these are estimated costs, okay? We know we made the comment somewhere earlier tonight about dinner. And I said, about the only price that ain't changed at dinner is at Cookout. My kids like to eat Cookout, and I'm thankful because it's cheap. You know, these are estimated costs, but we feel very confident in being able to get a lot of these items taken care of. Obviously, we do have a $140 million bond that we're excited about as well. So a lot of work for myself, Dr. Brown, and our new Director of Maintenance. So I just passed him the folder on the way up. Welcome aboard, big guy. In all jest, it is an exciting time, y'all. This is the best it's ever been in my time in the district to be able to accomplish goals and improvements across the district. And I tell you what matters is when you see teachers, principals, but most importantly students thank you and give you appreciation for some of the things that we've been able to accomplish over the years. It's not easy. All of these items won't get accomplished, but we will do our best to accomplish as many of them as possible. Are there any questions before I make a recommendation? Or do you want me to go ahead, Ms. McDowell, and make my recommendation?
Well, this is a great time if there are any other questions.
Mr. McCraw, I can't remember if I asked Dr. Brown this, or I may have asked you the meeting before. I can't remember which one I asked. I don't even remember what your response was. But, can we, like in August, maybe get a list of the projects that were completed? Was it you I asked that?
Yes.
Get a completed,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
we can see what actually it has come off of this list.
Yes, and it
Okay.
was
I
put
just
in a
wanted to
board
refresh
packet.
my memory.
It was put in a board packet in the April or May board packet. It
Okay.
was,
Okay.
it
I
was
believe
put,
it was in
It
the
was-
April packet.
I'll go
it was
back and
put,
check
it was
I'll go
put
back
in
and
there,
double
but
check it.
we'll update it as the, and my answer to that was I can give it to you now, but it won't be finalized until
Right.
the rollover.
Right.
So if it's okay with
Okay.
you in the fall, we'll give you a final one
Okay.
for the
Maybe
fiscal
that's why
year.
I wasn't thinking about it in April.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
thinking in the fall. Okay.
Happy to do
I'll
so.
check April though. Go back and look. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
I understand there's a lot on this list that has to be done. How does it get prioritized as to what will be done, or will all of it be done? And as far as time frame, timelines, things, because there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. I can tell you all of it will not be done. Not in my time in this role have we ever accomplished everything on the list. Procurement takes a while, and we want to make sure that we do that the right way. Obviously, with the building plan that we got going on, that occupies a lot of the three individuals I just mentioned, a lot of our time. We'll be in a 4 or 5 hour meeting tomorrow morning talking about OP Earl. So we prioritize it based off need, emergency, HVAC, safety. Those type things are always a priority. Things that are cosmetic, wants versus needs, those are lower on the priority list. But anything that is safety, mechanical related, we move to the top of the priority list. Does that answer your question, Mr. Graham? Yes, sir.
Some of the stuff that you replace, what do you do with the used stuff? Is it sold, given away?
If we're replacing it, nobody's going to be using it. We get the life expectancy out of everything. In all honesty, we get the life expectancy out of everything. There are a couple things. If we have some desk or some furniture, we share among the district too. Like if a school, I'll give you a prime example. Chapman and Landrum getting new office furniture, conference room table. Mr. Neely asked, hey, I need a new conference room table. I said, well, there's one at Landrum High School that's in pretty good shape, but it's not functional for how they use it now. He's like, I'll take it. They are very willing. But we do offer it to we offer it internally. If none of our other schools accept it, we offer it to local districts. Ms. Hudson handles that through procurement. And if none of those accept it, we typically sell it on GovDeals if it's usable, or most of the time it is trashed. There are some liability with things like playgrounds that we've had many daycares or churches ask about playgrounds, but that liability travels with the original purchaser of the playground. So we cannot donate or transfer that playground equipment to anyone. Great question.
Any other questions before we move on?
Madam Chair, the administration makes a recommendation for the third and final approval of the FY 26-27 capital budget plan.
All right, so the chair entertains a motion to approve the fiscal year 26-27 capital budget plan as presented. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I make the motion that we accept the fiscal year 26-27 yearly capital improvement plan as presented by Mr. McCraw.
Thank you, Mr. Vanderford. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Is there any other final questions or discussion for Mr. McCraw? Being that there are none, all those in favor of approving the fiscal year 26-27 capital budget plan as presented, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Unanimously approved. Thank you so much. Before we adjourn tonight, I want to just take this time on behalf of the board to thank everybody in the district for all, I mean, I feel like this kind of is our graduation for this year, our final meeting for the year, but I do want to just thank everybody, our community, those who listen, our staff, our teachers, the board, Ms. Paula, everybody, Dr. Smith, everybody who supported the board and really helped us push through and get some hard things done this year and some fun things that we can look forward to. So I'm excited for the years to come, and I appreciate everyone, especially this board. You guys are amazing. So, yes.
We have gained strength through teamwork.
Yes, I do believe we have gained strength through teamwork and preparation and educating ourselves as a board. So with that said, you all have school law opportunity to attend that we, I think Ms. Paula prepared a printout for you tonight, if anyone is interested in that conference. So I'm gonna hush because I'm standing in between you all and the game. So that concludes our agenda for tonight's meeting. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you so much, Mr. Green. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gremlin. I'm sure there's no more discussion, so all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, unanimously approved. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.